I saw this online today, y'all, and I was like, I need to post. This needs to be the introduction. Mark safe from getting pregnant by Nick Cannon. Welcome, everyone, to the Kempire Daily YouTube channel. It's a Friday evening. I decided at the last minute to go live and to do a quick recap of BET Presents The Encore. It's one of my new favorite shows. Carlos King did some promotion with the Jasmine Brand this week. So I wanted to talk a little bit about what he said in that conversation as well. But before we do that, what's going on to everyone in the chat? I see everyone's here. Diana's here. What's going on? Lily. What else? Oh, look. Oh, hold on. Let me just make sure I have all my stuff. Thank you to everyone for the likes already. Let me take a sip of water. TikTok, head on over to the Kempire Daily YouTube channel. We're also live on the Kempire on Facebook, Kempire Daily on Facebook. We're live on Twitter at the Kempire and Twitch. What's going on? I am Freedom. What's the tea, honey? Well, I have to say, I'm surprised that a lot of people aren't talking about Carlos King's interview and some of the things that he said in regards to the new show that he's producing and also the Real Housewives of Atlanta. So people are going to miss out on some of this tea because they just went by the thumbnail and didn't go by what was said in the title. But before we get into that, TikTok, head on over to the Kempire Daily YouTube channel. We're live there. What's going on to everyone in the chat? Appreciate everyone being here. Let's give people a moment to get in here and chit chat with everyone. Happy Pride. Pride is this weekend here in New York. I haven't confirmed if they are still having a parade or if it will be virtual like the Puerto Rican Day Parade. I probably should get on that if I'm going to go. It'd be really bad if I go and I'm like this, looking around. Where is everybody? I thought we were supposed to be prideful. So thank you, Boxster Girl. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Shalia, what's going on? St. Jay's here. I wanted to give everyone a moment to get into the chat. I know we decided to do a last-minute live. Also, push the live up from 9 p.m. Eastern to 8 p.m. Eastern, just because I was like, okay, I'm ready. I thought I needed a little bit more time, but no, I'm ready. I'm ready to talk about my new favorite show, BET Presents The Encore. And before we even get into that, I want to talk a little bit about what Carlos King had to say about The Encore, but also some of the things that he said in regards to Porsha, some things that he said in regards to the Real Housewives of Atlanta and what's going on there. So here's some of the things that he said. He did an interview with the Jasmine Brand. They posted a couple of clips. I haven't seen them post the full interview, but I actually got to see the full interview. What's going on? Hey, Shan, what's going on? Thank you. Got some. I'm going to ruin your name. I apologize. What's going on to everyone in the chat? Like this video if you haven't liked it already. Welcome. I'm your boy, The Kempire. This is Kempire Daily, where you're getting daily and consistent hot topics. We're talking about BET Presents The Encore, one of my new favorite shows. But before we get into that, I want to talk a little bit about what Carlos King, the executive producer, said about the show, but also talked about the Real Housewives of Atlanta. As you know, Carlos was a producer on the Real Housewives of Atlanta, probably some of the most successful years that definitely the most successful years of the Real Housewives of Atlanta. So one of the things that he said in this interview with the Jasmine Brand is that he said he's been asked to come back as an executive producer more than once, twice. And he says that whole rumor that was going around that he was let go because he was one of the producers that conjured up that rumor that Phaedra spread about Kandi. He says that's false. He said he's addressed this multiple times, but of course, the crazier story makes the rounds, and that's what people believe. People are still spreading. I can't tell you, there are still people in my comment section that still mention that rumor. And I'm like, I'm so glad he addressed it. So that's part of the reason why I'm reiterating it, so that you guys know that he's saying that rumor that he was one of the producers involved in the plot to create a storyline with Phaedra is false. About Kandi is false. Let me take a sip. Hey, everyone in the chat. I wanted to give you guys a bit of a moment before we jump into this recap of BET Presents the Encore. So as I said before, Carlos King did an interview with the Jasmine Brand and talked about the Real Housewives of Atlanta. And in speaking about the Real Housewives of Atlanta, he posted a picture, and we showed this on one of our lives this week. He showed a picture of one of the infamous scenes where Cynthia and Porsha got into it, and it's just him laying on top of Porsha. And in his caption, he was like, I always have your back, and I always have your front. But he also talked about during this Jasmine Brand interview that, he sees everything that's been going on with Porsha, but, he says he knows that Porsha's always wanted to find love and have that happy family. And so he's happy for his friend. And, I can't be mad at him. He knows Porsha. We don't know Porsha. All we know is the messiness that's transpired on the internets. So I expected him not to throw her under the bus and be like, damn you for getting with a married man. I didn't expect Carlos to say that. I did not. So he had his friends back because he says he's actually friends with these ladies as a producer. He's still friends with these people. He still texts with these people. And speaking about Nene, he would love to work with Nene. Not sure if that's going to happen. He also said that on his bucket list, he would really love to do something with Tamar Braxton. I would love to see that happen. As I said before, Carlos gave us some of the best seasons of the Real Housewives of Atlanta. Let me just make sure I'm catching everything that I wanted to say. So as I said, if you're just joining us, we're talking about Carlos King's interview with the Jasmine Brand and some of the things that he said about Porsha Williams, some of the things that he said about Real Housewives of Atlanta. He says that they've asked him back multiple times to come back to Atlanta, but he has to refuse because he's building his own company. As you can see, he's already had success with his own company, but he is open to going back to the Real Housewives of Atlanta only if it's under his company, his production company. So that means Truly Original will have to go. I don't know. Could they use Truly Original and Carlos? Couldn't they work together? I don't know how that would work, but I would like to see it, and maybe that will happen. I don't see it happening, definitely not by season 14, but maybe if there's a lackluster season 14, Bravo will be like, Truly Original, gotta go. But maybe they won't kick them out completely. They'll be like, okay, continue to produce, some of the other cities that you produce, like Potomac. But season 15, we're going to give to Carlos to test them out there. Darren Hood said, Truly Original can go. But what we're hearing is that the Potomac producers, those field producers, are going to be going to Atlanta to produce season 14. That's what we're hearing. We shall see if that's going to work, because based on the cast changes, I'm not sure. I'm honestly not sure. One of the great things that I love that Carlos said, and I know I saw Miriam in the chat, he loves Kenya. He said he's never, ever had an issue with Kenya Moore. He says Kenya Moore understands the assignment. She understands the job. And he says she's great for reality TV. He said he's never, ever had an issue with Kenya Moore. And I like that he said this, because Kenya Moore has this reputation as being problematic, as being trouble behind the scenes. Not sure where that comes from, because every time I've heard anyone talk about Kenya from behind the scenes, they always say some really nice things and say how supportive she is. And one of the stories Carlos King said in this interview was that when his mom died, I believe it was his mom that had passed away. He's also from Detroit. Kenya flew to Detroit and surprised him at the funeral or at the wake. I can't remember, where she was, but she went back to Detroit. So I was like, wow, I didn't expect that. But that's not the first time that I've heard that before. St. J says she's problematic to the cast, not the producers. But that makes great TV. That makes great TV. If you're just joining us, we are going to recap the BET Presents the Encore. I wish you would have asked the question, why did we call it BET Presents the Encore? Is it licensing? Look. But I thought this interview that Carlos King did was really interesting because he talked about the Real Housewives of Atlanta, but he also talked about how this project, BET Presents the Encore, came to be. And it came to be because after 7 years of working on this project, his love for girl groups, he wanted to do this for a very long time. He even revealed who originally was supposed to be a part of it. And I want to hear what your thoughts. I will be dropping the link in just a second for you guys to call in. Once we get to at least 100 likes. Who disliked the video? Carlos King? I'm talking about good things. Oh, Porsha probably did. It's all right, Porsha. It's all right. Anyway, so he said this has been a passion project for him, and it's been 7 years in the making. He said the original women that were supposed to be a part of the project also still was Keeley, and we're going to talk about Keeley. Oh, my God. Why are you here? Okay. Keeley was supposed to be a part of it. Shamari, he said, yeah, he knew of Shamari before Real Housewives of Atlanta. The Cherished Twins were supposed to be, or are a part of it, and they were supposed to be a part of it from the beginning. Farrah from Destiny's Child. Really? Farrah was part of Destiny's Child for what, 6 months? I'm so glad she's not in this right now. D Woods, I know a lot of people are saying they would have preferred D Woods to be a part of it. But to be honest with you, I don't think D Woods would be giving us what Aubrey's giving us. I actually enjoy Aubrey on the show. And despite what Keeley thinks, I don't think Aubrey's even really thinking about Keeley like that. But we'll get there. So Melanie Thornton from the Pussycat Dolls was also supposed to be a part of it. So I wonder what happened. Like, what happened? Why didn't Melanie do it? Why didn't D Woods do it? This would be a good look for D Woods. I like D Woods. It would have been interesting, though, to see Aubrey and D Woods both on the show. We're going to talk about the Cherished Twins, Fallon and Felicia. I got their back. Look, I got their back. Because they're helping to make the show great. Keeley had to be a part of it. Shamari, I mean, Shamari needs to be part of it because Shamari has a great voice. Shamari doesn't add any drama. The same way she didn't add anything to the Real Housewives of Atlanta. She doesn't really add anything to the show, but she has a great voice. So we need her to be a part of the group. We need her to be a part of this group because she has such a great voice. See, and that's exactly why we need them on the show. Thank you, CJ. D Woods can't stand Aubrey. I don't know. I think Aubrey is actually, I mean, besides what's going on here, Aubrey's good TV too. And without even trying hard. All right, so let's get into this. I'm going to make sure I mention everything that I wanted to mention in regards to, so if you're just joining us, we're talking about Carlos King, an interview that he did with the Jasmine Brand, but we're also going to recap BET Presents the Encore. So a lot of people are wondering, whose idea was it to bring Ceta back? Well, Carlos King says that it was actually a BET executive that said, what do you think about bringing Ceta back? She wasn't sure about it. And he was like, no, we should bring Ceta back. So Ceta is back and hosting BET Presents. And there's now people are putting out there that Carlos should do a male version of BET Presents the Encore. And then he spit out all these different people that he think could be a part of it. I would be down to watching it. It's like watching Making the Band all over again. But let's jump into the recap. Because I have a lot of thoughts on this show. I have to say, Lamisha and Irish, they don't have the greatest voices. And we didn't see that in the first couple episodes. But we see that they can sing in this episode. There is something there. But one thing I did notice, and someone else pointed out, is that they noticed that Lamisha smokes. But also, Lamisha likes to drink. And if you're a singer, a professionally trained singer, drinking and smoking is never good. It's never good for your voice, especially if you're trying to lay down vocals. Exactly. I feel the same way, Kenya. I grew up with Ceta, and that's not Ceta. I don't think they've confirmed. Is that the original Ceta? Because this Ceta's voice, she sounds like she's been smoking like 4 packs a day. I miss the old Ceta, but the old Ceta might be, I don't know. Let me take a sip. All right, so let's get into this breakdown. If you're just joining us, be sure to like this video. We will be dropping the link. You know what? Lamisha and Irish just disliked the video. It's all right, girls. I'm going to still talk about you. So Keeley in the beginning of this episode is breaking down. I'm trying to understand what the hell Keeley's purpose. In this episode alone, we still don't know Keeley's purpose. She says, oh, I'm here to be creative director. What are you directing and how? It seems like you, as if you're just going, you're in there. You're just sitting there and like being a part of the mix. You're not laying down vocals. You're not writing. You're not producing. At one point, you're sitting. You're like, go in and do vocals. This was the problem why 3LW broke up, because you were always trying to be the boss. Allegedly. Dominique says your voice changes as you when you age. This is true, especially if you smoke. We see that with Lamisha. Lamisha, have y'all? You have to really watch some of these shows. I watched this show twice. This episode. Have y'all seen? Lamisha is younger than me, I think. I don't know how old. Someone Google Lamisha's age. Lamisha moving like an old lady. And look, I know life is hard after the music industry. They were just out. I was looking at old videos of 702 just from 2 years ago when they reunited. And people were in the comments that like, this looked like a sorry situation. Not my girl, Camila. Mila still is pulling it together from looks to vocals. I'm guessing she's between 40 and 45. So why is she moving like she's 65? And then when they were trying to work on vocals and production, she going to get some liquor or wine. Let me not say liquor. She was going to get some wine. Audrey says, I refuse to believe that Lamisha is a day younger than 48. She looks younger than 48, but she's moving like she's 68. And I'm not shaming anybody. I'm just pointing out what I'm noticing. Even her sister, I like Irish's energy better than Lamisha because I feel like she's less combative. And I'm guessing Lamisha and the fight between Lamisha and Mila is part of the reason why 702 broke up. Because she thinks she is everything. And look, I know the Cherished Twins, Fallon and Felicia, they're tough. They're tough. They're very serious about the music. And they're very talented. The 2 songs that they wrote, especially that Bird's Eye View, I was like, I need to hear that song. I don't agree that they should be the only vocalists on it, but they're talented. And at one point, they're like, oh, y'all don't have to have the songs. We can give it to Bieber. We can give it to Ariana Grande. Girl, you better go do that. You might make more money. Oh, Lord. Okay, let me go in order. So Keeley thinks that Aubrey's trying to mess with her. And Keeley, that's just in your brain. Is that what you were thinking with Notori and 3LW? Where you're looking at her like, she's trying to mess with me. You might want to see a therapist for that. Because I don't see anything that Aubrey is doing that's trying to mess with you. She's trying to move this group forward while you're just sitting there pretending to be a director of something and you're not doing anything. You're not doing anything. I wrote this down. I said, Lamisha's busy drinking while they are in the studio. They go to the studio because, we're starting to hear some of the music, and I'm loving the music. If anything, this show speaks to my musical side, and I love this part of it. And it sounds like really good music. But Lamisha, between the smoking and the drinking, girl, no wonder you can barely move. No wonder you could barely carry a tune. Even though she was trying to do the song, she was trying to do this. She's probably just better at background vocals. Although back in the day, and look, I understand that your voice does change, especially for women as you get older. But if you're smoking and drinking, that's not helping. That's not helping. That's not helping. Look at Nivea. Nivea too. Nivea can still sing, but you can hear in Nivea's voice. I don't know if she's a smoker. She's doing something though, because that's rough. Thank you, Kat. Kat says, hello, Kempire. Love your show. Thank you, guys. They need more music time. Yeah, I need to hear something. I want to hear that song. I want to hear Bird's Eye View. But apparently that's only going to be, then maybe we'll hear it on Ariana Grande or Bieber's album. Because at the end of this episode, they're fighting. But look, if we didn't have Fallon and Felicia, it would probably be too happy. This whole situation would be too happy because the fight between Keeley and Aubrey is passive aggressive. They're not coming at each other. And I'm not, look, Keeley, I'm not even interested. Keeley can dance. You could be one of the backup dancers, but she's not even like at first, the first couple of episodes of BT's the Encore, we got to see Keeley be involved and actually sing and dance. And now she's sort of just, she's like sitting a part of everything. She's not writing, she's not singing, she's not producing. She's just like, guys, I don't like it when you're like this. Keeley, go sit down somewhere and get off this show. Oh, sidebar. Carlos King, the question was posed to him, did he make Keeley a creative director? And he laughs. So it says to me, she walked in there not knowing what she wanted to be, and she assigned herself creative director. Because remember, she was part of the original women that was supposed to be a part of this group 7 years ago. So, okay, let me go back. One of the things that I noticed that Iris said, part of the reason why she wants to get back into music and doing music is because she took care of her family during her 702 days. So now she has a child and she wants to leave something for them. So it made me think, I was like, wow. And it wouldn't be surprising. We know a lot of these girl groups and groups from back in the day don't have money because of the deals, record deals that they had back in the day. Also, if they didn't do any of the writing. 702 wasn't known for doing their own writing. So it makes me wonder that is that part of the reason why they decided to do this. But we're starting to see and hear their vocals, but they're not vocalists. Their best bet, to be honest, is getting back with 702 and doing that. But if Lamisha feels that but my thing is Lamisha though, Lamisha's gonna have to stop drinking and smoking, allegedly, even though we see it on the show. I'm just gonna say allegedly. Because it's not helping her vocals. And the comments that I saw on the reunion that they did 2 years ago, where people were like, this looks like amateur hour. What is going on? The only person that's given something is Mila. That's because Mila has been doing music even after 702 broke up. So, I don't know. So one of the scenes when they're writing music and Lamisha joins them with the writing, she's already putting out her insecurity. She's already putting out there, I don't write as fast as you guys. Do you do anything well, Lamisha? For all the accolades, do you do anything well? What do you bring to this group? You don't write that fast. You don't move that fast. You can't sing on key. You can't dance. So what do you bring, Misha? Okay. I'm just wondering. So they're in the studio this episode and they're really trying to work on these songs. The songs sound really good. I don't know how they plan to have all these women be on a song. It's possible. It's not impossible. The more voices, more harmonies, it can sound angelic. So they're working on this other song that mentions ho. And I'm glad I watched it a second time because I was like, okay, they could easily change the word ho to like chick or something else. But Pam, you remember that? Pam, we have not forgotten what you said last week. I love how y'all moved on this week. We have not forgotten, but I already told y'all to watch out for Pam and this whole I'm saved, religion, la, 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 which is okay. Look, don't come at me, religious folks. But overly religious to the point where I can't say ho on a song. Girl, why are you here? Go do a gospel album. Go do a gospel album. Why are you here? I'm like, but in defense of Pam, they could have easily changed out that lyric. It's one word. You could have said chick. You don't have to say ho. It's not like the ho part is rhyming with the blow part or something. I'm just saying. That's just my thoughts. But I'm a little, one thing I have to get to Pam though, she's trying to work on her dancing. Total wasn't known for their choreo, but she's working on it. I was surprised she gave the woman a high five because she's not touchy-feely. She's not touchy-feely. Okay. Can we talk about Nivea? Someone in the comments said that Nivea is the Kathy Hilton of this particular reality show. And I have to give it to Nivea. She really gave us some moments. She gave us some moments that I had to quote at the end of it where she says about the whole situation because they're fighting because Lamisha is upset at the twins that they're not allowing them to be a part of every song, blah, 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 blah. Lamisha, girl. And we'll get to Lamisha. But Nivea says this, it's just so disappointing, just like the wine. She had a few moments. Nivea is the comedy relief for the show, but she's also uber talented. She's very, very talented, but she makes me laugh. At one point, she also says, because the twins are shading everything and everyone, she said they should put that in a book. They should put it in a shade book so I can laugh at it. I can't. Okay, first of all, they do crown Aubrey as a queen for this episode. I don't like this whole crowning of the queen situation. I get it's a reality show. They have to figure out some way of doing this, but all right. But almost unanimous, they vote for Aubrey to be queen, even though she was already taking the leadership role. Okay. For some reason, Keeley thought that they were going to vote for her. Keeley, you probably the only person that voted for you, and you probably voted for yourself. Keeley, get off the show. What are you doing here? She doesn't even add drama. I was actually surprised. I thought Keeley would be adding the drama and not the Cherished Twins, but we never really knew who the Cherished Twins were. I can refer to them as Cherished Twins because we go like Fallon and Felicia. Even though I really think they're really talented and they take this music thing really seriously. I appreciate that. Okay. So Aubrey's crowned queen. Keeley's still very much bothered by Aubrey. Aubrey's not even paying attention to Keeley. Keeley is still in her feelings about possibly breaking this group up into two. It makes sense, but I don't know what the plot and plan here is for this whole end goal. Are they going to really be a group at the end of the day? Don't think so. But they start arguing at the table. And Lamisha's in her feelings because she feels, first of all, I do think it's a bit much that the Cherished Twins don't want anyone else on the song Bird's Eye View, which is a beautiful song. But she should be able to incorporate more people. I'm not even saying Lamisha, because Lamisha, she can do some background vocals. Lamisha doesn't have first of all, the vocals aren't the greatest. They're good. We saw better vocals this episode. The dancing's not there. She's moving around like she could barely move. They're getting to work and she's going, oh, I don't feel good. Oh, I don't feel good. What's wrong, Lamisha? I don't feel good. I need to go lay down. You were feeling fine 2 minutes ago. Is it the liquor getting to you? Or maybe it's the mixing of the liquor and the cigarettes. Or maybe you're just intimidated by everyone that can sing and they are expecting you to sing. Like, I want to like Lamisha. I never disliked Lamisha. I love 702. But girl, now I think people are really understanding why this group broke up. And it was you. I don't even think it was Irish. Irish seems to get along. She has a decent voice. She's definitely not a solo artist. But I get why. And Irish already said this in like the first episode that the friction in the group was between Mila and Lamisha. But I'm team Mila because Mila, if you've ever met her in person, she's a girl's girl. She is very pleasant, but she's serious about her craft too. She's very serious about her job. Let me take a sip. 4 more likes and I'll be dropping the call-in link for you guys to share your thoughts. If you're just joining us, we are recapping BET Presents The Encore, one of my new favorite shows, brought to you by Carlos King and Todd Tucker. Yes, Candy's husband. And if you missed it, we were talking a little bit about Carlos King's interview that he did with the Jasmine Brand. Oh, we reached 100 likes. Yes. Lamisha and Irish probably disliked this. Oh, no, maybe Lamisha and Keeley disliked this video. It's all right, girls. It's all right. Hold on. Let me just post this. Okay. I decided to do this live last minute. I wanted to do a recap of this. I was going to do a pre-recorded recap. I said, no, let me go live. Let me chat with you guys. It's Saturday night. No, it's Friday night. It's Pride weekend here in New York City. Still haven't figured out my plans yet. Got lots of options. And I'm like, I need to make sure I go to bed, get some sleep. Friday's not what it used to be when you're in your 20s. It's not. But I do want to do a little something, because we've been in a pandemic. So I would like to do something. Hold on, let me bring up some people. St. J, what's going on?
Hello, how are you today?
Happy Friday and happy Pride.
Oh, yes. Lots of celebrating's been going on.
I can only imagine. Where are you located, St. J?
I'm in Virginia.
Oh, what's Pride like down there? I've never gone.
Well, I've been in DC every weekend for the past since June started. So great in DC.
Oh, well, that's good. Happy Pride. What are your? This is what, the third episode of Encore? What are your immediate reactions from this show?
Okay, so I think that yes, Nivea was a solo artist, but I would have liked to see them bring someone else in that was lead vocalist in their group. Because I think that then you get more egos at play. But what we have, I think that Misha is delusional at best. She made a comment, and I have it in my notes. It was something to the effect of, I wrote on the third 702 album, the one that was the worst performing, and I also wrote a hit for Nivea. Well, I looked at the Nivea album and I was like, this is the song on the album I've never heard.
What song was? Do you remember the name?
Kempire. I can guarantee if I say this name, you're not going to know the song.
Really? No. Wait. Which one? Which Nivea album? Her first one or second?
Her first one. And I honestly think it's a sample. Hold on. Because it was not the way she made it seem. It's Have Mercy on her first album. You wouldn't know. Exactly. No.
Lamisha has a delusion of grandeur.
She does. And I think that Irish's point, because they're sisters, and Irish's twin has transcended. So I think that Irish, she's there and she's like watching her sister just burn every bridge. And Irish is like, well, I know I can't be no solo artist, but you my sister and I'm trying to ride for you, girl, but you just gonna burn every bridge you touch.
She's trying. She said it in this episode. She's trying to build a new legacy and make money for her kid.
But let me ask you what you thought about this, because to me, I was confused. They're sisters, same mom, same dad. Mm-hmm. Irish said, I spent my money taking care of the family.
What did Lamisha do?
Yeah, I want to know what Misha was doing, because Misha was the one who was online not too long ago saying she was homeless.
Oh, damn.
So I was like, well, dang, well, what happened?
Well, you know what it is? I think you have to remember, they didn't make a lot of money. So I'm sure both of them were contributing to the family on a any way that they could. Misha looked like she'd been struggling, like she'd been through it.
She does. But I will say, Irish was never like the lead vocalist, but she was the pretty face in the group. Every group has a pretty face.
Yeah.
Like, I went back and watched the videos. I was like, oh, they're always panning in the Irish and that facial structure. Okay.
She was definitely the pretty one, but she had some moments where she had her parts. And I was like, oh, I forgot she sang on this. And she was definitely pretty, but they all were pretty. But also was Lamisha. Lamisha was really, really pretty too.
Yeah, but Irish, they're all pretty. Not taking that away. But Irish is the one that, like, you walk past on the street and you're like, oh, okay.
She dated Ray J.
Everybody dates Ray J.
he's the pass around.
Absolutely.
But look, since we're talking about Ray J, just want to remind everyone, just marking myself safe from getting pregnant from Nick Cannon.
My gosh.
Just wanted to remind y'all that I'm safe. I am not pregnant. Just want to let you guys know. I'm going to bring up some callers. Hold on.
Okay.
Let me take a sip. Twirl is a producer. Where are you?
I'm walking. I didn't know you were coming live.
Turn your notifications on.
No, the notifications are on, but I went shopping with my kids. As soon as I put the car in the garage, I got out before I have to make dinner. And then I was like, what? He's live? So I'm like, I'm trying to find you some nice landscape. Look, it's good.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, okay. Hopefully nobody's going to make noise. Anyhow, I don't watch this show. I'm sorry. So I agree with all of you. I agree with everything, but I have an opinion on Carlos King.
Okay.
I think, yes, they were the golden days of the Housewives of Atlanta because the show was a novelty on its own. There is a lot of people being tired, especially when now they are more and more producing. So I feel like it's a stretch when we say Carlos King made the show. I think he contributed to it, but it was the ensemble.
He never said that, though. I just want to clarify. He never said he made
it's not him. I know it's not him, but I'm sure he agrees, like between himself with that. Because, listen, he's cool and everything. Mm-hmm. And yes, Kenya is a producer's dream.
And that's why you came on.
Yes, that's why I came on. I just want to, wow, come on. You always bring Kenya up. Yes. Yesterday you brought her up.
He's the one who he was asked about Kenya. He said some lovely things. And since we were talking about the interview, I thought it was necessary to bring that up because Kenya always gets, ragged on the internet. I thought it was necessary because people think I rag on her too, but I'm an even straight shooter. When Kenya's wrong, I'm going to say Kenya's wrong. When there's a lovely story about Kenya, I'm going to share that too.
No, but I mean, like yesterday, when you were talking about someone not knowing how to host, when you were talking about family karma.
Okay, well, you had to bring that up.
You brought up Kenya. This is what I mean. You brought it up. It's okay. I like it.
Well, because that's what it reminded me of Kenya, because that's been the theme of this year.
Is Kenya the first one not to know how to host?
No, she's not. But that's the first person I think of, though.
I know. Because she lives free in our minds. At least in mine, she does.
I love it. Look, I love Kenya. And I'm excited to see what Kenya is going to bring. I'm going to bring up another familiar face. Hold on. I see Busy's here.
Oh, my God.
Busy.
Let me tell y'all something. Hold on, because I feel like I got to bring this light out.
I'm going to need you to get better lighting.
Let me say something real quick. She don't know what she's talking about. That's why she out there in the park. Oh, God. Kenya is the show, and Carlos King is the man. Okay, if I could just be in the room with Carlos King for 2 hours, I promise y'all, if he don't leave pregnant, we will have a great show. Like one of the two things will happen. Sorry.
Oh my!
One of the two things.
He's giving Nick Cannon a run for his money for the baby.
I love Carlos King, and I think that this show is amazing. Now, I have a lot of things to say to you, Kempire, because I've been wanting to say them to you. About how you felt about Cherish. Okay, I have every Cherish album. Okay,
well, how many albums are there?
2.
That's none of your business.
I have every Cherish album.
It's not important. That's not important. But I love every Cherish album. From start to finish. Their second album, oh God. Y'all, I'm telling y'all better go listen to it. Their first album was this. Okay? You can do this to every song. You can do this to every song on the Cherish.
I didn't say anything bad about Cherish. I said I think they're very talented.
I didn't feel like you were giving them their just due. You know that girl just made $1 million.
No.
And I wasn't dissing Carlos King. I just said he didn't make the show. They all made the show.
He did.
No, Miriam. See, here's the thing. Carlos took over as showrunner. I think it's the season that Porsha and Kenya came, or the season before. Season 6, so the season after. And those were the golden seasons of the show. Like, he completely took it and just elevated it.
It's the highest rated season 6 ever.
Yeah, but I feel like a lot of factors. He's a great producer. The show was new. The chemistry was great between the women. That's all I'm saying.
Keep going, keep going, keep giving him his flowers. Keep going.
Yeah,
but you know what it is
in
this interview that Carlos did. He wasn't trying to give himself the praise and the credit. If anything, I think fans have been doing that. He said if he could redo the Real Housewives of Atlanta, he would go back with the OGs. And he said it wasn't just one particular housewife; it was the chemistry amongst all of them.
Yeah, it's an ensemble cast, and I feel like this show is an ensemble cast as well. Now I am tired of, just like all of y'all, I'm tired of Misha. Now I do feel like she'll beat us up because the way she was like, I'm Lamisha. I said, okay, girl, she'll fight you. So she will beat us up, but I love this ensemble cast. I think that they are talented. I think that the friction with them, it works well. Now I know in Kempire, I was with you initially. I didn't like the whole who's gonna wear the crown thing, who's the queen of the house, I didn't like that at first. But now I'm starting to realize it's not even that intricate in the storyline.
Yeah.
Like it's minute compared to the way that these women feel about each other and the way that they feel about their vocals and what's going on with them. Misha, girl, you get laryngitis every time the studio come by. If somebody put a microphone by you, you like, oh,
not laryngitis.
It wasn't laryngitis. She was like, she was about to she was like overcome with sickness.
I can't. Now
I was like, is she all right? What's going on?
She did look sick. As I was watching the scene, I was like, oh, something wrong with her. Somebody get that old lady. I did feel like something was wrong with her. So I am gonna take a step back and say she did look like something was wrong with her. But outside of that, I don't think the queen thing. I feel like they tried to spark drama and it didn't work. With the whole, vote whoever the queen thing is, because these women just have issues with each other, and I feel like the drama is organic.
Yeah, it's
amazing. I love this show. It needs to be number one. BET. And I used to fuck somebody who used to
here you go.
Oh my!
I used to date somebody who worked at BET, and for the longest time he was like, "Yo, they not gonna let nobody they're not gonna do reality shows. They're just not gonna do it." And BET, thank you. And y'all finally got a hit. I wonder where he is now. I've been trying to call him, but he ain't calling me back. I think it's because I got a boyfriend.
I'm about to say, where's your boyfriend?
He upstairs playing video games. But y'all got a hit. And this is amazing. Now, Kempire, tell us this. I think the fans want to know. How do you think that Todd Tucker and Carlos King got back together to make this show after the whole scandal that happened over Housewives of Atlanta season 9?
He, in this interview, denied it. He said that's not true. He had no part in this rumor that Phaedra was spreading.
You believe
that in this new interview.
Wait, what interview?
He did an interview with the Jasmine Brand this week.
Yeah.
And he denied it again. But he said this before. But no one, what? The rumor is better than the truth. So that's why the truth has been continuing on. Him and Todd have been cool ever since. They produced before.
Yeah, but didn't he let the rumor come on the show? So that's his part. That part.
I mean, it was his job.
Which is okay.
Why did he leave RHOA?
He decided to leave RHOA because he felt it was necessary. He said in this interview that they've asked him to come back twice.
Same reason he left Love and Hip Hop.
Y'all
messy. Y'all messy over here.
Over here?
Y'all messy over
Jolene?
here.
Where's
We are not
Jolene?
messy.
Girl, y'all messy over here. This is messy. I just came in to just do a little yang. Y'all messy.
Who
Shantae's
listening to
reminding
you?
us. Carl said he had nothing to do with it. And he said he said it before. He said this before, but people don't believe him. But he said that never happened. And if it really did happen, do you think he and Todd would be working together? Come on.
Candy was literally
maybe they were
interviewing the
contractually
girls.
obligated, and this is what my thought was. Maybe it's like a contractual thing where they had to produce at least a certain amount of shows for a network.
And St. J, say what you said again, please, so the Busy can hear you.
Candy was on live interviewing Nivea and Keeley.
So she's out there promoting the show too.
Because she's contractually obligated as well.
Contractually you just want to believe that rumor.
I do. I think that's better than the truth.
Exactly.
Okay.
How do you feel about Nivea?
I love her. I know that I live with a lot of people who are Nivea. They're just going to eat their rice, okay, and watch the drama. I am more of I've always been Aubrey O'Day, without the face. I don't want to call it a lift because it looked like it dropped. But I am always going to be an Aubrey and what's that girl from 3LW Cheetah Girls?
Keeley girl.
Keeley. I think I'm type A enough to be like them. Like they are type A personalities. They're big personalities. They're very.
Keeley's a type A personality, or is she just trying to be one? I feel like she is a pretend type A. I don't feel like she actually gets anything done.
Same.
What we do know is that she doesn't get anything done. But I feel like she's enough of a presence that's type A, where the girls, at least somebody's gonna be like, what's Keeley say? I think that she gets enough of the, maybe not, because the girl, she get one vote and it's always her own vote. That is sad.
Who else is there? Oh, the Cherished Twins. You were defending them and saying that you have all their 2 albums. What do you think about the drama?
What we're not going to do is that, Kempire. What we're not
You
going
are
to do.
so shady. I love it.
I'm pointing out the facts.
Their albums are amazing. Like
all 2 albums are amazing, and I like them. I think they're important for the show. They came from the side, and I was like, whoa! I didn't expect them to be so shady.
Yo, and my boyfriend, y'all, and this on God. If my boyfriend is like, they're so, he don't give credit to nobody because he doesn't like anything outside of video games. He don't like anything. If my boyfriend and we're watching the show and he's like, wow, I hate that they're bees, but they're the most talented ones there. They serve a purpose. No. Now those girls they're not the nicest. Okay, they're rude, they're extra, but. And they're also Geminis, which is probably why he gets along with them, because he's a Gemini too. Oh, they are talented and they work.
I like them. I think they're necessary for the show. I like them. They could humble themselves a little bit because they're like, oh, we can get this song to Ariana Grande or Justin Bieber.
Sure
Girl,
could.
Look, they act like they got multiple hits. I've interviewed people that have hits. They are newbies to the songwriting game.
So because they wrote majority of the songs here,
the 2 songs. You really like to exaggerate.
It was three.
We heard 2.
You didn't like any of the songs?
No, I like the songs. I think they are talented, but they're a little big for their.
They deserve to be bitchy. Like I feel like they deserve to be that way. You don't think so?
No, not to be that to that level.
Who else? Why the other girls like? I gotta go to the bathroom.
That's what me.
While the other girls are acting like they need to go to the bathroom, the Cherished Twins are writing hits.
Pam could be like a real Aubrey could be a real you know
Look,
what.
that
But they don't come
homophobe is
across
not
that way.
doing anything for me. And I am very upset. And I'm sorry to say, I don't like the fact that people are not really hitting on the fact that Pam is a homophobe.
Oh no, we talked about that.
She's an extreme homophobe. And I've been watching more reviews. And shout out to It's Rocks because she hit it on the head. I don't like the fact that people just glossing over the fact that that lady is a homophobe because she felt like she was delivered. Okay, she's delivered, girl. How are you? What are you delivered from, girl? There's no deliverance. Okay, I've been.
Look, I want to point out one thing.
What?
We have said that she was treading the line of homophobic in what she was saying on the show.
She was treading the line.
Yeah, I definitely think she was treading. She didn't say
she was delivered from it.
But that doesn't make her homophobic.
Kempire, she says she was delivered from it. And you know, in the Black community, when you're delivered from something, it's like, I was on drugs, but God delivered me from that.
Oh my.
It's a negative thing.
Well,
that the Christians feel like, now God saved me from that thing.
But when people are talking about homophobia, they take it as if she's talking about other people that are gay. She's talking about her own personal experience. And I'm not here to defend Pam because I've been looking at Pam with the side eye since episode 1.
That lady got a tingle in her pants when Aubrey was touched. When Aubrey was like, "Hey, girl, I'm just gonna sit on your lap like this," Pam felt some type of way. And now she's like, I don't want to do. I want to let y'all know that I don't play with that.
I'm gonna bring some people up. I want to hear what they have to say. Shantae, do you think Pam was homophobic?
It was definitely borderline. But the only thing that I could have got out of that is that maybe she was recreational, if that makes any sense. She wasn't really. So I'm thinking maybe she just
wait.
That's what I got.
Recreational.
She wasn't really down. Like that wasn't really who she was. She was just messing around.
Oh, hold on. Let me go, Kempire. Let me say.
Wait. Go ahead, St. James. Go ahead.
If you look,
let me go on mute.
At any picture of Total from the 90s, Pam gives every bit.
Wait, St. James. Don't go through the 90s. Go to this last episode.
Pam has the most. Oh,
she giving you butch.
She has. I was trying to think of a clean word for it. Pam has the most butch energy. Like it's so.
Did you see her in when she was doing the dancing with the choreographer? I was like, oh.
You don't think
Pam? But listen though, wasn't Farrah Franklin supposed to be on this show also?
Yes, she was a part of the original cast.
So when I think about how
Farrah Franklin, Destiny's Child,
yes,
she was supposed to be here.
Yes, send your luggage.
Look, what we're not going to do, y'all, and y'all already know the rules. And when you come here on the channel, we're not going to be talking over each other. When someone's speaking, please mute. Go ahead, Shantae.
Keep talking to me. I'm gonna shut
up. When I think of Farrah, I'm thinking if she made it on here, she would have made Lamisha look like Alice in Wonderland. Like Lamisha, I think we would take Lamisha over Farrah any day. Just thinking about how she would have been, because if you remember when she was with Destiny's Child, it was complaining over every little thing, and I'm like, yeah, I would have been so tired of her. I wouldn't have even watched anymore if she was on that show. Seriously. And speaking of, Nivea is saving this show. Nivea makes the show. Like we need to see her every week.
We need all of them, though. We need all of them. I love Nivea. We do. But we need all of them.
Well, we don't need Keeley, but I mean, we need. Nivea though, I'm here for her. I'm here for Nivea. But getting back to what y'all were saying about Carlos, because reality TV, that's his thing. I think he was supposed to be doing. I want to say he was supposed to be doing that show that Candy was supposed to be doing for We, that never got picked up eventually. I thought maybe
the one with Marlo.
The what?
The one with Marlo.
Was that the only one? I thought she had another one in the works.
I mean,
so
Candy always got some.
Marlo. But it was something she was supposed to do with We that didn't get picked up. So apparently
Marlo. I think it was the Marlo show.
That was the only one. Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. But Yeah, Carlos, I don't think had anything to do with that rumor because he said then that he had nothing to do with it, and he's holding fast to it. So I believe him. I do.
And I just based on Carlos's character and some of the things he's produced after that, that doesn't seem in line with the way that he rolls
At all. Not at all.
Any other thoughts, Shantae? I want to wrap this up.
No, like I said, the show is really good. So we need to see it come back next season with the same girls, seeing how they're getting along. They don't appear to have anything else to do, so they might as well just give them they might as well just give them a show.
Hey, you want the same girls? You want the same girls?
Or maybe with some different ones.
Yeah, I feel like we should just. I feel like they could keep this going, but switch up.
Maybe
Since
they
girl
can
groups
put
fail,
Farrah on with somebody else.
No,
yeah, they
Farrah
can
needs
use
to stay where she at.
We'll see Farrah soon. We'll see Farrah soon.
No, Farrah needs to stay where she at. I don't know why we even consider her in a conversation. She was with Destiny's Child for a hot second.
It's okay. Latavia is available.
Like year, yeah.
Latavia, I wouldn't mind Latavia, but Latavia's not going to give you drama, y'all. I've
either.
interviewed Latavia. She's not going to give you drama.
First of all, we don't need her. She is a solo artist, and she's doing well. Okay, we don't need her.
Oh.
Yeah, she's acting.
You talking about
Latoya.
Latoya?
I
he's
think about
making
Latoya. Oh, we don't need Latoya. Look at Latavia can't come back.
No, I don't. Look, I've interviewed Latavia. Latavia's sweet. She's not going to give us what we need.
Why you got a humble brag?
I'm just saying because I'm telling you because I know the personality.
It's not bragging if he's stating facts.
I'm just saying. If I didn't interview her, I wouldn't know her personality. Based on her personality, Latavia is not going to give us what we need. We also saw her on R&B Divas. She didn't give us what we needed there.
But you know what? I would like to see them do. Throw in like an old school established singer to come and like counsel the girls, maybe for like just one episode.
Like who?
Like you remember how they did on Making the Band when they had Betty Wright come in there and kind of quote unquote counsel Sarah. I want to see something like that.
I'm just trying to think of who would be good.
Shaka Khan, maybe.
Angie Stone. Shaka, they're not gonna get Shaka.
We
Angie
need
Stone.
someone who's been in a group before who really understands. Not Diana Ross because she was the Beyonce of the group, but having someone who's a staple like that, who's a part of it. I agree with you, girl. And y'all heard it here first. If they try to steal that for next season, y'all heard it here
the
first.
season's not over.
Yep.
The season's not over. So who knows what else is coming?
Yeah, but and I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
Yeah, and Pam is just tired. She probably shouldn't have even been on. So
what, Pam?
And a homophobe.
Yeah, I'm gonna mute
not
you.
Even that. She just so. She just seems so tired. Like literally, she just seems so tired. It's like, girl, you break. She gives me nothing.
More tired. Wait, more tired than Lamisha?
No, neither of them are giving me anything.
She says she is sleepy.
She's sleepy. That bitch sleep. Yes.
But she's talented. At least she was in the dance studio trying to learn the dance moves.
No, sleeping Butchie can go.
Oh, no. Shantae, good night. Kirby, I'm going to bring you up for a quick chat. Kirby, what's going on?
Hey, Kempire, how you doing?
I'm well. How are you?
All right. So I don't know if you guys remember, but Lamisha had some legal trouble a couple years ago. Her husband allegedly, but you could Google it, it's not false. But her husband and her son, I guess, kicked her out the house for a little bit, and she was on Instagram, like going in on them. I don't know.
CJ was just talking about her being homeless.
Yeah. So she really has something to lose. Like she's really trying to, I guess, redeem herself in a way. And that's why she's on the show. I mean, I'm rooting for her because I love 702. I remember when she was the lead singer, and I'm 41 years old. So I remember the song Subway with the songs, the games you play with Subway. She was the lead and she had a pretty voice.
Yeah, but she's been smoking and drinking.
Yeah. And you could tell her skin says it too.
Oh, right. I didn't want to go to the skin, but you're right.
Yeah, I'm not trying to be shady at this. I still think she's a beautiful woman, but she definitely needs some redemption. So I'm rooting for her. But the Cherished Twins or Fallon.
Wait, hold on. Do you think that she's being redeemed now from this show?
She's trying to redeem herself. She's trying to, but I don't think she's doing a good job at it. But she's trying to. And that's why she's on there, because she was the lead. She was the face of 702 for a long time until Camilla came through. And then allegedly they couldn't get along. She said it herself, they didn't get along, and that's why the group broke up. But they had some great hits. They had songs with Missy, against the R&B tracks. You know, Irish had a little thing with Ray J back in the day. So I mean, they were a legitimate group. So I'm happy to see them on the show, but I just wish.
Hold up. Irish also had something with Ray J?
Yeah.
Wait, did you just join the chat? I said that not too long ago.
Everybody has had his peen.
Yes.
I mean,
and everyone has seen it too.
I was say, don't look that bad. So
Right. But then also switching over, because I know this is long, but Pam, she was married. She was married to Santonia.
Yes.
The lady that got out of jail, that Kim Kardashian, you know, tried to help get out of jail. She was married. Pam was married. But Pam was hanging out a lot with Missy and all them back in the day. I'm from Jersey. I'm from the area that Total is from. So, yes, she was dipping in the ladies' pool for a long period of time. For her to say it was one relationship, that's a lie. Allegedly. Thank you, Ebony. Allegedly.
Where have I been? Allegedly.
So, I mean, so for Pam to, you know, to come off like that, I mean, everyone has their journey, right? So we can't judge one person from the other. But I just think that Pam is out of touch with the girls in the house. Like the songs that they're going to sing is going to be secular. It's going to be sexy. It's going to be romantic.
And I'm sure there's hoes in the church.
Right. It's going to be raunchy. So I mean, we're going to say hoe, because sometimes you got to call a spade. You know, Porsha's being a hoe. I can call her that. So I mean, why can't we have R&B songs that says, you know what, she's being a hoe? Why can't we do it? So I think she's just out of place in being on that show. I just think she's out of place.
Curvy, thank you so much for calling in. I love it when you guys call in and you make me laugh. Any other thoughts before I let you go?
I think Carlos King, I just have a question for him. In terms of, then if you had nothing to do with the rumor on Bravo, why did you leave? And why did you leave at that moment? Because it looks too suspicious that you left.
But let me add this part. I'm not sure if you heard me when I said this. They've asked him to come back more than once.
Right. And that's what makes it even more fishy, because you are at the top of the game. I mean, RHOA at season 9, everyone was tuning in, everybody. And so then when you say no, not once, but twice, and then you left that same time, it's easy to put 1 + 1 = 2. So I think he made himself susceptible to that rumor when he left that time. But his energy is definitely what's needed for the show. His expertise is what needed for the show. And I think he has a good point that, and even Nene said it with Unlocked, that what made everyone get together was that we all had a connection. We all were friends.
Yeah.
And I think that's the missing element now. I mean, Candy is trying to bring the friend element, because she, you know, invited Shamari, who was doing a good job on Encore, by the way. And so I just feel like Candy is trying, but, you know, some people just don't gel like that. So it's kind of hard. But I really wish Carlos was, you know, some way back into RHOA, because it really needs to be saved.
I think the only way that Carlos would come back is if Truly Original's gone, or his production company works with Truly Original, because he says he has his own company now. Why would he come back and sort of like take a back seat?
True that.
But didn't say he would only come back if they brought the original cast?
No. He said that, you know, everyone was asking what would be his ideal cast. His ideal cast would be the originals.
Kim Zolciak?
That's what he said. Yes.
Oh, no. No, not here.
Curvy, any other thoughts before I let you go?
No, that's it. I mean, I'm just looking forward to RHOA. I'm looking forward to filming. Cynthia, I'm happy that
she has something to say about the Cherished Twins.
Look,
what did I have to say about Cherish?
Look, I'll put him on mute, but the next thing I'm gonna drop you, Busy. Keep acting up. Nobody has anything to say about the Cherished Twins. They are a non-mother effing factor.
Okay.
I like the Cherished Twins. I like them. Dude, what do you think about them on there, Kirby?
I do like the Cherished Twins. They're talented. They're bomb writers. They're great. But I do think they need to eat some humble pie. Because I know Blue. I love you, though, Blue. I think you went to Howard too, Blue. So I love you too. But the truth is, like, I think they need some humble pie. Like, yes, you made millions of dollars last week. Great. But, you know, the premise of this show, is trying to create a song with all 9 individuals. And you're not going to do that by putting this person against the other, you know, critiquing everyone's voices at the same time. That doesn't bring on sisterhood. And then, you know, I just think that they need to just change their game a little bit, because at the end of the day, they want a song too. They want to get paid as well. And they're not going to get paid if they don't work collectively.
Wise words, Kirby. Thank you so much for calling in. Have a fantastic evening.
Everybody too. Stay safe. Bye-bye.
Bye. All right. Last minute. Miriam, just say goodbye because you don't even watch the show.
I have an idea. No, I have an idea for Carlos. Since he's into music, how about he produces a show with all the housewives wannabe singers? That would be amazing. Can you imagine? You put together Luann, Kenya, Porsha, because she tried to sing. Who else? Melissa Gorga. Bring the husband of New York City, Simon. He had the song. Can you imagine? That would be ratchet. That would be good.
I just thought it was a perfect time to remind people that are watching the replay to leave a comment. Let us know your thoughts on what everyone has been saying, your thoughts on BET Presents the Encore. Who's your favorite villain? Who's your favorite singer? Let us know your thoughts in the comment section. Miriam, thank you so much for calling in. Have a fantastic evening.
Well, I watch you. I don't watch that show, but I watch you.
And that's all that matters.
Like, comment, and subscribe.
You're a mess. Bye. Busy, last minute thoughts on BET Presents the Encore. We know Cherish is your favorite. You're muted. Really, Busy? Busy? You're muted, Busy. Oh, Busy. What a mess. You're reminding me of Lamisha right now. You're giving us Lamisha vibes right now, Busy. You're giving us Lamisha vibes.
I could not hear a thing. Okay, girl.
Okay, Lamisha. Okay.
I was like, what is going on? And if he's talking to me, I can't hear him. What was the question?
What are your, rounding this out, what are your last minute thoughts on this latest episode?
On this latest episode, I felt like Keeley, I'm getting a little tired of her broken promises. She's not giving us anything. She's not serving the girls what they need. She tried to blame Aubrey for the vision board that Aubrey created and said it's against her. It didn't make no sense.
She thinks everything's about her.
Yeah, it is sad. It's very sad. I still love Nivea. I didn't like the round table that Aubrey had to lead because I felt like Aubrey did an amazing job trying to control the room, but even the twins was like, "I'll cut you." Don't. And I don't like I don't like what you said to me. So I felt like it was difficult. Overall, the twins are talented. I see why they're there. I can call them a B all you want, but they're writing hits for Bieber and Ariana Grande, and I just love the dynamic of this group. Misha's sister can go. I ain't never know 702. Okay,
Iris.
And she could go. But
Misha can stay.
Misha can stay because she's drama. It's like I want to be annoyed with her. Like I literally want to be annoyed with her. And she gives it to me every time. I just want to be annoyed with her. Even at Fight at the Table, She created a fight. I just want to say I want to be mad at her. She's like how people feel about Kenya Moore, which I don't feel that way. People love to hate her. I need Misha there because it's like, oh, you get on my nerves. I want her there. Outside of that, I need all the girls. I think that everybody's instrumental. I want Pam to go because, girl, if we're about to listen to a gospel album, I can't get up. Like, we can't get up. I don't want to hear a gospel album. Since you've been delivered, then you need to go over to BET Inspirational Second or whatever, and then go record a song for them. Outside of that, I love the show. I'm definitely gonna be staying tuned. I'm glad you're doing these reviews, Kempire. I love you so much. I tried to do one, but I love the show so much. I'm not taking notes and watching this. I'm just gonna watch. Yeah, a lot of people don't understand that. That's it takes time to do these type of reviews. Like, you have to watch it and then you have to take notes on it. And I want to just enjoy it. So I'm glad that you're doing this. I love you. I'm gonna be very open about saying that I love you. I care about you, and I'm glad you're doing this show. Okay, we need more people to boost up Carlos King. And Carlos King, if you don't have a man, call me.
You have a man though.
That's none of your business.
Oh my God, Blue.
See you later.
Blue, thank you so much for calling in because Blue never comes by my channel. Just saying. Thanks, Blue.
I can't hear you. My headphones go in and out. But Carlos, call me anytime.
Goodbye. I can't wait. Mind you, I've interviewed Carlos too before. Say Jay, final thoughts on BET Presents The Encore.
If Pam wants to be on Sunday's Best, Pam should go be on Sunday's Best. But if they can't cuss because Pam has to be on the song, I feel like Pam just needs to leave the house.
Damn.
There's that. That's kind of like my biggest takeaway is like if Pam is just going to make it so difficult for everyone else because she can't. I'm like, Pam, you can't hum in the background. Like, do they have to say words? You can't just.
But for argument's sake, when I heard the lyric, they could change the lyric. It could be like the chick instead of the hoe.
Well, Pam isn't a writer, so I'm sure, why would they want to change a song for Pam? Like, come on. I'm interested to see where things go because Keeley and Nivea teased that the show takes an interesting twist. So I'm interested to see how that goes. And that's all I got. I can't wait to keep watching, and I love that you review it.
And it's because I love it is the reason why I'm reviewing. Anything that we review here on the channel is a show I actually enjoy. If I don't enjoy it, like 90 Day, I'm starting to slowly not enjoy, I'm going to stop reviewing it. Just my thought.
I don't watch 90 Day at all. It puts me to sleep. It's nighttime TV for me.
You know what? Shade. Saint Jay, thank you so much for calling. Have a good weekend and happy Pride.
Thank you. You too. Bye.
All right, y'all. Thank you so much for joining me for this impromptu recap of BET Presents The Encore. For those that are watching this live afterwards, the replay, be sure to let me know your thoughts. Should we keep recapping it? Based on what you guys are saying, we should. We even have Busy Blue. Make sure you guys follow Busy Blue as well on here on YouTube. And his I guess he could say his, I don't know, his co-host on her channel, Jolene Lunzer. I'm going to mispronounce it. Jolene, I apologize. Beefy Jolene. A mess. Anyway, shout out to my mods. Shout out to everyone that called in. I appreciate you. We weren't able to get to every caller tonight, but I'm trying to keep these lives under an hour. And look, we're already over an hour. But I want to say happy Pride to everyone. Thank you to my mods. Thank you to everyone that called in. Thank you to everyone that's a part of the conversation. We will continue to watch BET Presents The Encore and recap it here on the channel. And be sure to, if you're watching this, let us know your thoughts on what Carlos King said in his most recent interview with the Jasmine Brand. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. I appreciate you being here. Have a fantastic evening.